بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على أشرف الأنبياء والمرسلين محمد وعلى آله وأصحابه أجمعين. There is a question, the question being, what do you say about the terms like super Salafi, neo Salafi, and medhali? And the statement of Bro Hajji Sharh Sunnah of Imam al-Barbahari is the Talmud of the Salafis. Now, when addressing this matter, first and foremost, I'll say that the term super Salafi, neo Salafi, and medhali are terms that are not found within the circles of knowledge. Not in the circles of knowledge that are in the lands of the Muslims, nor in the circles of knowledge here within in lands outside of the lands of the Muslims. You don't find it in the teachings of the scholars, in their books, in their writings, or in their conducted classes and or lectures, and thus forth and so on. So these terms are unknown as it relates to the sittings and the circles of knowledge. On the contrary, these terms are terms that are used and are applied by the awam, or those who are considered to be ignorant as it relates to Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala's legislation. And so the following or trailing behind people in the usage of these terms is in reality following the desires of those that know not, of those that are ignorant. And the Prophet ﷺ, he was commanded to not follow the desires of those who are ignorant, and we as Muslims have been commanded to take him as our example. The Prophet, or Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala, states, ثُمَّ جَعَلْنَاكَ عَلَى شَرِيَّةٍ مِّنَ الْأَمْرِ فَاتَّبِعْهَا وَلَا تَتَّبِعْ أَهْوَاءَ الَّذِينَ لَا يَعْلَمُونَ. And then we place you upon a sharia from our command, so follow it, and do not follow the desires of those that know not, yani of those that are ignorant. As for the term medhali, then this is a term that people use against those who have respect and honor and high esteem for Sheikh Rabi ibn Hadi al-Madkhali. And this honor and respect and esteem that's held for him is due to his status within the religion, as he is a scholar of the Sunnah, a specialist in the science of Hadith, who spent his adult life clarifying the Sunnah to the world, basically, to the Muslims throughout the world. But as usual, when scholars have enemies, then, they come up with these types of names to discourage or warn or chase people away from that particular scholar. And this isn't the first time this has happened. When we look at Sheikh Muhammad ibn Abdul Wahhab, that's where you have the name Wahhabi. You look at Sheikh Muhammad Aman al-Jami', and you have the name Jami, and thus forth and so on. So this is a term that's used by people that have some type of issue with Sheikh Rabi. And the reality is, we just ignore that. The people of truth pay no attention to things of that nature. But likewise, this can be oppression against the tribe known as the Madkhalis, because this is a tribe, I believe, in the southern region of Saudi Arabia. So when people start claim that there is a hizb within al-Islam called the Madkhalis, and Sheikh Rabi is at the head of it, and then they start attributing characteristics to this particular hizb, then this is in reality oppression of this particular tribe, because one, you won't find one book from the people of knowledge listing a hizb within Islam being referred to as Madkhalis. So it's non-existent in reality. And so everything that's being, the characteristics that people bring up, because there is an actual tribe called the Madkhalis or the Madkhalis, for lack of better to use the expression that they use. And so one is in reality oppressing this particular tribe by attributing things to it that they may be free of. And this is something that's very serious because the Prophet ﷺ, he taught us الظلم ظلمات يوم القيامة, that oppression, it is darkness on the day of resurrection. So again, you don't find the intelligent, those that have concern for their well-being in the akhirah, using such terms. As for the statement, the Talmud of the Salafis, then this is without a doubt a tremendous exaggeration, a gross exaggeration, and I believe that this bro Haji isn't really looking at the weight of the statement that he's making, because there is no group of Salafis that I've ever encountered that hold or view Sharh Sunnah by Imam al-Barbahari in the same light that the Yahud hold and view and venerate the Talmud. The way that they hold and view and venerate the Talmud will be almost equivalent to the way that we hold, view, and venerate the Sunnah of the Messenger sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And so I don't know of any Salafi that in that regard that does that. Likewise, why I say this is a gross exaggeration is because I believe who he means by that is Salafi publications. So if the term is the Talmud of the Salafis, then this would be all inclusive of every single person that attributes himself to Al-Minhaj al-Salafi, but in reality what's intended is a particular group of individuals that attribute themselves to Al-Minhaj al-Salafi. So this is a statement with no precision. This is a statement that is erring in a sense. And Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala, he teaches us, Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu taqullaha wa qulu qawla sadida. Yani, O you who believe, fear Allah and speak a word that is straightforward, direct, to the point, unerring, on target, precise, and thus forth, and so on. So this particular statement is without a doubt incorrect. And even with, before I make that statement, I've been overseas to several different countries, and when I reflect and think about it, I don't recall Sharh Sunnah by Imam al-Barbahari being taught at any time in any of the places that I was at while overseas, for it to be referred to as the Talmud of the Salafis. Salafis. Likewise, from me having discussions with our brother Abu Muhammad al-Jamaiki and Abu Abdus Salam al-Juyani, I was informed by them that some of the Mashayikh advised the brothers not to teach this book in the West due to problematic statements that are found in the book that will cause the teacher to have to do unnecessary explaining as it relates to the circumstance in which that statement is applied, and other than that, and thus forth and so on. And that if you want to teach the creed of Ahlul Sunnah, then that could be achieved by teaching books like Usul Sunnah of Imam Ahmed without having some of the problematic expressions and or statements that are found in Sharh Sunnah by Imam al-Barbahari. So I mention these things to point out that there is no, if this is the case, then how could it be said that this is the Talmud of the Salafis? Again, this is a gross exaggeration. And if an individual means Salafi publications due to them being focused on teaching this book, I think it would be incorrect to even say that they hold this in the same light that the Yahud hold the Talmud in. And Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala knows best. As for the individual known as Brother Haji, then I'll be honest, I really don't know the individual. I know of him, and what I've heard about him basically is that he has a hatred for the scholars of Saudi Arabia, definitely bashes the rulers, specifically the Saudi rulers, and that the individual hasn't studied anywhere. And for me, these are things that are problematic, especially the last part, the fact that he hasn't studied anywhere. Unfortunately, in this day and time, there are a lot of people that are entering the realms of dawah that are speaking about major issues, and they don't have a basic grounding as it relates to knowledge because they've never gone out and sought knowledge. And this is a tremendous calamity upon the Muslims today. Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala says, "Qul innama harrama Allahi innama harrama Rabbi al-fawahisha ma dhahara minha wa ma batana wal ithma wal baghya bi ghayri al-haqq wa an tushriku billahi ma lam yunazzil bihi sultanan wa an taqulu ala Allah ma la ta'lamun." Say, my Lord has only prohibited immorality, the hidden and the apparent of it, and sinfulness and transgression without due right, and to associate a partner with Allah that which no authority has been sent down for, and to say about Allah that which you know not. The scholars of Al-Islam have stated that Allah started off with that which was least dangerous and ended with that which was most dangerous. Yani, speaking about Allah without knowledge. And that's because the statement of Allah without knowledge, every bala, every calamity is found in speaking about Allah without knowledge. Every type of kufr, every type of shirk, every type of bid'ah, every type of inhiraf goes back to a person speaking about Allah without knowledge. The statement Allah Tabarak wa Ta'ala is the third of three. It's a statement about Allah without knowledge. The statement that Allah that Isa ibn Maryam is Allah is a statement about Allah without knowledge, and thus forth and so on. So it's a tremendous calamity that has befallen the Muslims today, that we find people speaking in the religion about major affairs, and they haven't gone out to get any type of training and or understanding in an in-depth manner about the affairs that they're speaking about. And Brother Haji, unfortunately, on the Zahir appears to be one of those individuals. Him, individuals like Dawah Man, individuals like Ali Dawah, and some of those other guys in the UK that have never studied anywhere, Shamsi, all of these guys are a calamity upon the Muslims. And they, in reality, show us the realization of the statement of the Prophet ﷺ when he stated, "Sayati al-nas sanawatun khadda'at," that they will come upon the people deceptive years. يُصَدَّقُوا فِيهَا الْكَاذِبُ وَيُكَذَّبُوا فِيهَا الصَّادِقُ وَيُؤْتَمَنُوا فِيهَا الْخَائِنُ وَيُخَوَّنُوا فِيهَا الْأَمِينُ. And within these years, the liar will be declared truthful, and the truthful will be declared a liar. The deceiver will be considered trustworthy, and the trustworthy one will be considered a deceiver. And during this time, the Ruwaybidah will speak. It was asked, who is the Ruwaybidah? The Prophet ﷺ stated, "Al-Rajul at-Tafih yatakallamu fi amr al-am." The insignificant individual. Insignificant as it pertains to knowledge. He has no fiqh. He has no fahm as it relates to these masail, to the masail that he speaks about. But this insignificant individual, he will speak about widespread affairs. Widespread affairs. And this appears to be, and Allah knows best, the condition of this brother who made this statement. And so if I had any advice that I would direct to Brother Haji, then the advice would be, take some time to go seek some knowledge for a couple of years somewhere, Egypt or Algeria or Yemen or wherever you feel comfortable at seeking knowledge. Take some time. This would be better for you as opposed to what it is that you're currently doing. I saw three different videos from him, and not the full videos, but his akhlaq in it of itself was a turn off. I would listen to a portion of it and I would see how his akhlaq, and I would say, okay, it's time to turn this mess off. And I believe it's because of lack of knowledge and sitting with the people of knowledge and benefiting from them in this regard. The Prophet ﷺ, he stated, إِنَّمَا بُعِثْتُ لِأُتَمِّمَ مَكَارِمَ الْأَخْلَاقِ. I have not been sent except but to complete noble character. So I don't understand if like brothers like him and brothers like him, what their angle is. If they're just trying to entertain the people, or I don't know what their angle is. Maybe they believe that they're really doing good and calling to that which is correct, and that's what for someone Allah knows best. But my advice would be for brothers like him, the Dawah mans and the Ali Dawas and all these other guys, the Shamsis, just take some time to go seek knowledge, and Allah knows best. I think that would be better for these individuals than what they're currently doing. And Allah Tabarak wa Ta'ala knows best. And not to take too much time on this, but that's the answer to that question. وَفَّقَنَا اللَّهُ وَإِيَّاكُمْ. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.